Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholo Yimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahahakodash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akhwa that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, to the best of their ability. This is Achanan Awah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And going into this gas, man. These prices are steady to surge, but it says surging gas prices reopen. Return to office debate as Iran war drags on. So I know where I work at, everybody was working from home pretty much. I was kind of like one of the only one. I didn't work from home. Shit, I was the only one going through there really in reality. But a lot of office spots, that's what they were doing. They were working from home, which I don't see why they can't, because what they're doing, sitting in a cubicle on a damn computer, they was doing it at home anyway. But just me speaking as a man, now they have them all back. And actually it's only 4 days a week. So I'm assuming that they're doing like 4 10-hour days or whatever the case may be. But they, have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So they got a decent weekend, but they didn't want to come back. They was arguing about coming back because they was so used to sitting at home. You had people sitting at home, they sipping wine, they smoking, they doing all kinds of shit at the crib. You know what I'm saying? They was doing, people was just doing all kinds of shit. Because remember when COV-19 went down and everything was Zoom, you had to go on Zoom to go to court. You had to go on Zoom for, job interview, whatever it was just like everything was computerized. So everybody was just at the crib, posted up, chilling. Because I can remember getting my, I was doing unemployment because we had to do that until whatever. And the lady that was doing my shit, she was at the crib. You could hear music in the background and shit, you know what I'm saying? Her dog and shit was barking. The bitch was sipping. You can tell she was sipping on something. She was all happy and mirthy, you know what I'm saying? And she, just some old giggly ass white chick. But anyway, I could tell she was just at home in her free world type of deal and just doing her work from the crib, which is a lot less stressful. But Esau, he wants to keep them tabs on you. But me speaking as a man as well, it goes into the economy. When people are sitting at home like that, you got to realize the commute. Say like there's a huge company, 200-300 people work there. Everybody going on lunch break at 12 o'clock. All those businesses around that particular company are going to get business. McDonald's going to get rush hour. Burger King going to get rush hour. You know what I'm saying? Damn Chick-fil-A going to get a rush hour. People stopping and dropping off clothes at the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? Their shirts, their ties, their slacks. Women with their blouses. All that stuff. You don't see no cleaners no more like that. Them bitches is gone. There's a few still around, you know what I'm saying? But overall, people were stopping to get coffee. You might stop to get donuts. You might be like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? It's Friday. I'm not going to even cook dinner. I'm just going to get the kids a pizza. All that shit was booming. So put all that together, stopping and just grabbing shit that you might need, you know what I'm saying, from Walmart. You might pick up some milk, some bread, some whatever, you get what I'm saying. The economics of it. So when it came to a lot of these companies that had people working from home, I'm thinking that governmental wise, they probably got a call and was like, hey, get those people back to work. It's going to pick up the economy. Because you know how Trump is. You know what I'm saying? He likes to make it seem as if he's making everything go so smoothly. But let me get this one scripture, 2 Corinthians 2:11. So you have to, Esau, he has a game plan that he pretty much doesn't get away from. It's just that people don't expect it or people don't know what it is. But see, being in this truth, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh through the Spirit is showing us how the enemy gets down. And he's showing us all of his tactics. And it's a scripture that talks about how, I can't think how it's worded exactly. Like, the Lord shows us pretty much this man's plans while he's in his bedroom, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, roughly paraphrasing. He's wondering, like, how do they know? But that's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is revealing the secrets to us. But this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of, how this man moves and how he gets down. So you got all these people coming back to work and they're back now because it's been going on a few months now. It hasn't been a full year. I say it's been about, they've been back maybe about the past 6 months. And they were saving gas money. They were saving all that money, man. They wasn't, back and forth commuting. I know some of them people, man, they work all the way, they live in Canada and come all the way here to Michigan, you know what I'm saying, across that border. And that's a nice ride. That's not a around the corner ride, you know what I'm saying? It's not a 10 to 15, 20 minute down, 30-minute ride. No, that shit is gotta be an hour, some change commuting back and forth, or probably even better than that. Right? So let's see what they complaining like, the gas price is too fucking high. They just got back to work and now all of a sudden they like, well damn, because and this is pretty much about where it's at here with us in Michigan right here, give or take. You know what I'm saying? 359. You got 389. I know diesel was way more expensive. Diesel has actually hit over $5 a gallon, which is crazy as hell. Okay, but again, it says surging gas prices reopen, return to office debate as Iran war drags on, and it's going to continue. And these gas prices are going to continue to go up. And then with that, guess what else is going to go up from there? Your food is going to go up, and anything else that you need. You're not going to be able to get anything that's not going to have a price ticket on it. I was grabbing some incense, and I noticed that the same ones I be getting, you know what I'm saying? I have some little frankincense boys, but the same ones I be getting, say them shits went up. I watched them going there, maybe about 30, 40 cent, you know what I'm saying? But little stuff like that, see, people don't see those little increments like that. But people that actually, if you getting the same thing almost all the time, you can tell like, damn, these motherfuckers done went up from last week, the week before, so and people starting to complain. But it says gas prices have jumped more than 35 cents. No, gas is a dollar that shit is a dollar. It's a dollar increase over these past 2 weeks. I know. In a single week, as the U.S. Israel with this one chick, she called them what she say? Shit for damn. So I was gonna use. I want to use that shit. Isn't real. She said isn't real. She don't say Israel. She said isn't real. War on Iran disrupts oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz. Some employees. This is the point we want to get right here. Some employees are already adjusting. Nashville Adventure CEO Paul Whitten added 2 remote days a week after workers flag rising commute costs, per Business Insider. So they like, hey, look, man, shit, hey, we need a break. Give us a damn gas card. You gonna give us some gas? You gonna give us some goddamn gift cards or something towards this shit? Or we gotta stay at the crib. So you figuring 2 days at the crib, commuting back and forth to work, depends on how far you hey, that saves some money though. I mean, shit, you thinking, 8 days a month? You figuring you at the crib instead of commuting back and forth to work, especially if you driving 30 miles going, even if you're driving 10 miles going, 5 miles going. Hell, I don't give a fuck if it's around the corner. If you don't have to start your car, you know. Okay, but it says after seeing the fuel costs soar over the weekend, Boris, we don't even need to get his name. He's the wealth manager in Ohio. Dusted off his bike and pedaled work Monday morning. See that? And here you go. You know this guy making some bread. He like shit. He dusted this goddamn bike off. Shit, I got a brand new bike in the garage I bought 2 years ago. I ain't really rode it like that, but I'm about to break my shit out. It says health reasons is the biggest thing. Yeah, because that's the reason why I bought my bike, to get some cardio in. But obviously, when gas prices are high, it doesn't hurt. Who normally commutes via he got a 2024 Lexus of cycling instead. So he dealing with a little cake. You got that, he ain't the newest one, but he got the 2024 Lexus. He's like, fuck that nigga, that bitch gonna stay in the garage. I'm gonna whip this bike out. As oil climbs on fears of widening war in Iran, the ripple effects are hitting America somewhere deeply familiar. Their daily commute. Hell yeah, bro. If you live in a place where, and rent getting so damn high, everything is spiking, man. Everything is going up. Okay, but it says crude spiked above $100 a barrel on Monday for the first time in almost 4 years. Some countries have already issued guidance to consumers to mitigate the impact, though the U.S. has not. No, because Trump got on TV and said it's not hurting us that much. This nigga ain't never pumped no damn gas before. If this motherfucker has ever pumped gas in his life, I'd be surprised. In the UK, workers are being advised to cut out non-essential journeys. Yeah, well, you gonna do that anyway? That's common sense. You ain't just jumping in your car to just go just whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gonna bundle your trips up. You gonna bundle up what you have to do within one go and coming back. Not all that old fucking up, zigzagging and shit. Or I'll go later. No, you gonna do all that. You gonna bundle all that shit up. What you gotta do, if you got some sense, you will. But it says the UK workers are being advised to cut out non-essential journeys, and in the Philippines, government offices have been directed to implement flexible working arrangements. Vietnam told local businesses to work from home to save fuel. And just think about that. That's the UK, that's the Philippines, all because of this guy Trump. Well, Israel, or isn't real. I seen the Eve, she was going in, boy, she was cutting all into their ass. She said, isn't real. I was like, damn, that's cold. The tiny tops. It says, given the difficulty of reorganizing work and the uncertainty around how long higher prices will persist, most U.S.-based employers are unlikely to alter their in-office requirements. See, these Americans, they stupid as hell. Everybody else in all these other countries is trying to make something up to help their citizens. But here you go, these motherfuckers, they don't have no plan. They don't care about you. They just want you to just come on to work. And then you wonder why people, they slouching at the job. They don't care. Their morale is down at the job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they figuring you making all the fucking, all the money to begin with, and you paying peanuts. So you when you have stuff like that, your employees slack off overall. It says senior economist and deputy director of research at the W.E. Upjohn Institute for Employment Research. Esau, he searches out every damn thing. A weak job market also means employees might have less ability to quit their jobs in favor of remote work or shorter commutes, he said. A more expensive commute is not something that you're going to quit over, probably. If the cost of gassing up remains elevated for a long stretch, though, retaining talent could become a problem for employers, especially those in markets without easy access to public transportation. Yeah, and it depends on where you are with that. But even with that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to affect your buses. Buses I know a lot of them, they have a lot of electric buses. They kind of been replacing them, replacing the gas-powered ones, with a lot of electric shit. Or hybrid or whatever they got. But when it comes straight down to, your 18-wheelers that's out here on the highways, that's got to bring your damn food to wherever it's got to come to, anything that you need, damn car tires going to go up, car batteries going to go up, you want some damn Armor All on your fucking tires going to go up. Everything, man. When gas prices spike, commuting effectively becomes a pay cut. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Co-founder and chief operating officer of WorkWow, a San Francisco-based platform for connecting employees to hourly workers. Employers that can offer remote work, flexible scheduling, or help coordinate carpools can make a meaningful difference. Yeah, motherfuckers better start piling into a car together. But I can remember, they used to do that when I was around 9/11 time, and I think they may still do it. But it was one of the city buses where they had it where there would be a certain point at like the mall where the employees of a certain company would come and all park in one spot, and they would all load up into this one bus, and that bus would take them to their company, downtown Detroit or whatever, and then commute them back to their vehicles, and it saved them on fuel and shit. Okay, but it says remote versus in-person work has been a hot button topic since the pandemic. Yeah, people got used to being at home. In recent years, many companies have called desk workers back to the office, while others have retained a hybrid approach. Of course, many jobs can't be done remotely, meaning some people, at least those who drive to their workplace, have had to shoulder the cost of rising gas prices. Yeah, man, you're going to have motherfuckers out here. I remember back in the days when people would cipher gas. And if you don't know what that is, You know, you had to keep a damn lock. You better have a lock on your gas pump, on your gas tank. I'm not sure how these newer ones are, but they used to be you could shove a damn water hose, cut off a piece of water hose and shove it down over to somebody's gas tank, and all you had to do is give it like a quick little suck, a little pump, and it'll automatically pump and suck the gas right out of a person be sitting there with a damn jug. You done filled up the night before, and come out the next day your damn gas on your shit on E. Yeah, man, shit about to get crazy out here. You already see niggas at the gas stations. I've been seeing that for quite some time. You know, they done got a hold to somebody damn credit card or debit card, or selling gas for cash. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, giving you whatever, you can get $50 for $25, that type of shit. Anyway, Josh Walls, founder of Insurance by Heroes, a life insurance brokerage based near Baltimore, told Business Insider that requiring his small team, which is already spread out, to commute would be like taking a pay cut. Anything he can do to boost their compensation, he said, increases the likelihood he'll retain his top performers. We've been remote since day one, but gas prices have made me even more certain I'll never drag my team into the office. Okay, Paul Whitten, founder and the CEO of tour company National Adventures, said several workers told his operations director over the weekend that commuting downtown was becoming too expensive because once you got to have parking, and parking downtown Detroit is fucking through the roof now. In response, Whitten told staff this week they could work from home 2 days a week when they're doing administrative tasks. It was a no-brainer, he said. Full-time, in-office, and hybrid workers commute on average 62 minutes a day round trip, and you don't get paid for none of that. You up getting dressed 2 hours beforehand. It's a part-time job just getting to your full-time job, just getting ready and set for that shit, and getting back, commuting back and forth, and don't have to get on no fucking bus. Oh my. 62 minutes a day round trip, according to the 2025 study from Video's conference company Owl Labs. They spend an average of $15 a day on gas and $9 daily on parking. See that? That's a lot of fucking money. Shit, $15 a day on gas, man, that's a lot of fucking money, bro. What is that? Shit, that's like $80 just for the damn gas a week. Then $9, that's an extra $10. That's like $130, $40, $50 a fucking week. That's a bill for real. Then some people, actually have to go through tolls. It depends on where you at, man. Whatever city you in. But anyway, let me grab this quick scripture. I know I'm kind of rambling on here. But this is the bottom line of it. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is in charge. And nothing is going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And we applaud it, man. Just bring this shit on. Just go ahead. Esau, go ahead. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's a perfect cut right there, man, to Esau, man, because he's the wicked, and people have been mourning since he's been in power, actually. But it's been progressively getting worse. Because Esau, it's always been bad for us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But see, now the so-called white man, he's starting to feel it. Now it's this problem. But we've been going through this shit forever, I say Esau, continue, bro. You continue on doing what you're doing. Let me see this other one. Proverbs 28:15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. Because I'm looking at these dudes, they having these press conferences and all this little shit like that. Trump talking all that shit. He's like, oh yeah, we're barely, it's nothing happening to us. But it's affecting No, motherfucker, it's affecting your citizens. Your American citizens, man. Think about how much money has been made in these past 2 weeks. Just throughout the 50 states of all, and just the world, but I'm talking about America. 50 states, every single gas station that's on every single fucking corner in America has been charging damn near $1 more than they normally would charge. These motherfuckers have made like a fucking $1 trillion or so in these past 2 weeks, man. Easy. And it's a wicked ruler. It says again, as a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. And generally, that going into poor would be so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But Esau, you got a bunch of poor ass Edomites. But Esau, he uses this, see, again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. He uses that class war, or he uses that race war. Because see, you got stupid ass so-called white people, they have no idea that, oh, well, it's your people that's fucking you over. But they'll make you think that it's actually the so-called black people taking your jobs, the immigrants taking your jobs. No, motherfucker, AI taking your jobs. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker sending your jobs overseas is taking your jobs. But see, they've always done that, and people started to pick up on a lot of that stuff, man. Esau is really tearing his own kingdom up, and it's a beautiful thing, Hey, what can you say? I say continue on praying for it. Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and a tenth I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And that's what we're witnessing, man. All you seeing is motherfuckers online complaining, bitches complaining, especially these women, because these women, they doing it all alone, man. They got to do it all by themselves. And don't get me wrong, they hanging in there, but it's hard. It's hard on them, man. But it's hard. My homeboy said, man, he had to break out his bike, man. He had to put the Lexus up in the garage, man, and break out his motherfucking bike. Hey, man, it is what it is. So, just wanted to just touch on this. I know, this is gonna bring those uproars of the people, man. People are getting violently tired, man. People are just like, all it takes is just one thing to happen in their life to just set them off, man, and make them crash all the way the fuck out, bro. Let me see here. They got the gas prices. No, that was it. Yep, it says the national average is 3.79 a gallon. But shit, that's just depends on where you are. You go out to Cali, that's something different. The IEA called the conflict the largest oil market disruption in history. And economists warn retention could suffer if fuel costs stay elevated. And that's in Business Insider as well. Oil prices climb as the U.S. and Israel war. Iran enters its third week. Yeah, people mad about coming back to work. The home blame they ass and shit. They had it gravy. They had it so gravy. Like one of my co-workers and shit. I know he hating it right now, but he's only there 3 days out of the week. Shit, he's at the crib doing the rest. But I come in 5 days a week, so my little commute. I'm only like 10 miles going, 10 miles coming home. So yeah, I'm spending about a good 45 minutes and shit commuting. But hey man, it is what it is, man. It's just they got to deal with it. But we pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to continue to bless us with our daily bread. That's why you should be getting up saying the Lord's Prayer. As soon as you get up, just pray the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer. If you're not praying nothing else, you should be praying the Lord's Prayer, man. It handles everything. So I'm going to end out there. Pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala and a Baba Ball.